somewhere in the perception of what we were, and that really drove me crazy. And because we're so into our thing in Newfoundland and what we are and our identity, I guess, and I'm insanely passionate about it and always have been. And I was like, yeah, hang on now, that's not what. That's other people deciding what we were. And then there was Great Big Sea, and Alan's like a lifetime friend. That Great Big Sea represented us in a way that I was insanely proud of. And there was, of course, the Codcos and the 22 minutes and stuff. But then there was all these other stuff, mostly manufactured by people from outside that talked about who we were and what we were. It drove me. So
Yeah.
a lot of my time was spent obsessing over that and wanting to make art to represent a different version of what that was. And that's kind of where Doyle spawned from. With the idea I was doing like a play on Bell Island actually, and I had that idea, and I remember calling my brother and telling him about it, and he was like, "Man, that's a cool idea." And then Danielle Irvine, who's a wonderful theater director, she runs the Cupid's Perchance Theater Festival there, works at Stratford and NTS. She let me use her computer, and I wrote it all out in a document, and I mailed it to myself. And then, like, that was what you do, for copyright or whatever.
Yeah.
And then for years, I went in and did my thing. I went to school, and the idea didn't go away. It got more intense. And then Perry Chafe and I started writing shit. We wrote a sitcom called Bad Goods, which was a situational workplace comedy set in Big Goods, because he's from Petty Harbor, right? And we wrote another couple of things. And then I got into a situation where CBC and I were talking about doing various things. And Sally Caddo was the person in charge of arts and entertainment, I guess. And I just pitched her the idea, and then we started developing it, and then it took off, and then it landed, which is the big trick. It's doing it is one thing. Getting it made is impossible. Getting people to want to make it is impossible. And then getting people to watch it is like, holy shit. And they were watching it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like a million plus viewers. We had one year where we had really bad numbers, and they moved us to Sunday nights, and we were up against the Super Bowl, and
that's a killer.
The Walking Dead premiere was 12 million Canadians or something. So we had dips where we were, but we did manage to get it back to our million, and then they moved us back to Wednesdays, and then we were averaging like 8. I think it was season 5 they moved us back. And then we were like 8, and then it crept up to 1 million again, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to do that now. I mean, it's a different viewing landscape because the streamers were just starting.
Yeah, it's more